Bonus Dente, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. My name is Rufus White, and thank you for joining me at Studio Fus here in Ibiza for my first episode of FusTube. You might remember me from such shows as Euphoria Radio, Lucky Life Music, and that guy that was always getting in the way in the booth. I have been DJing for 26 years now, and with nearly 20 of them here in Ibiza, by now I've ticked off pretty much every venue that was on my bucket list, including Pacha, Space, and Café Del Mar. I have also been the product specialist for Native Instruments for 5 of those years, giving training and support to all the big name DJs on the island that use Traktor. I've always been trying to push myself and the tools that I use when I DJ. And I've been using Traktor since the very first version came out over 20 years ago now. For a while though, I've been feeling like both the software and the hardware has matured to the point where I'm struggling to think of things that I want to add to it. In my time with Traktor, I've seen Native add MIDI control, beat gridding, looping, master tempo, time code, remix decks, effects, all the things that every DJ starting out these days takes for granted. I love using all of these features in my mixes, but I still want to do more. So now it's time to create Fus's final form. I've been thinking for a while about how I can push myself further. And here's what I've come up with. I want to be able to DJ whilst adding live elements and also visuals that complement the music. That might be a lot for one person to do, especially since I'm already doing a lot when I play. So I might have to either draft some friends in or grow some more arms. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. As for the live part of this, I've started learning the guitar about a month ago in preparation, and I'm now shredding harder than Steve Vai. That's a lie. I can just about play Happy Birthday and a few chords, so I'm not going to offend your ears just yet by playing it now. I started out on an acoustic that a friend gave me years ago on the promise that I would learn it, and it's been staring at me from across the room every time that I sit on the sofa for so long that eventually I just couldn't take its judgy stare anymore. I've since been told that it's pretty much the worst instrument for a beginner to learn on because the strings are about 3 miles above the fretboard, and even with my Jack Skellington hands I was struggling to get anywhere with it. My good friend Matt helped me find the perfect electric guitar. She's over there. She is a metallic purple 60s vibes Squire called Katrina, and to me she's basically the prettiest guitar I have ever seen. So thank you to Matt and to Andertons in the UK for having the good taste to commission lots of purple guitars and gear. For learning, so far I've been using an app called Musician on my iPad. I like how it keeps me motivated to learn by basically turning the guitar into a game controller, and it's spot on at detecting when I'm playing wrong notes, which to be fair is just whenever I'm holding the guitar. You might have guessed by now that I have a bit of a nasty gear addiction. All my guitar playing friends have told me that pedals are basically the guitarist crack.
Guitar players use pedals all the time to give them all kinds of different tones,
the more of these that you
echoes.
own, the better a player you are.
So in order to limit how many pedals I want and need to buy, I got myself a little Positive Grid Spark practice amp and a Hotone audio interface for when I play live, and then I can pretty much have whatever pedal board I want. So the guitar is taken care of, and now all that I need to do is actually get good on it and answer the millions of other questions that stand between me and making this live show a reality, like what am I going to call this? What sound am I going for? Is this even a good idea, given that I can't seem to find anyone else attempting to do something like this? What's going to be the best way to integrate the guitar into my setup? What's the best way to have visuals that synchronize with my music and react to it? If you've got answers to any of these questions or have anything you want to ask me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this. So thank you for joining me for the first step in this long journey. If you want to come along for the ride, give the like and subscribe buttons a wee little tickle. And I can't wait to join you next week when I want to take you through my current setup and how I play. If you want to check out some music before then, I've got loads of mixes here on YouTube. You might want to check up this one or maybe even this one. I'll be getting some more mixes up now that I've got the studio all back together, and I will be back with another FusTube next week. Until then, take care and stay sunny.